Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
This is quarantine day 3.
Yes, 3. Not 2.
Not 2.
Not 5.
We're not there yet.
No, I hope we'll get there, I'm sure.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Get there. So we are currently dealing with a child who's been teething a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She had a really good nap today, so that helped both of us get a few things done. But yeah, having a tougher time settling down for bedtime. And she was waking up in the middle of the night last night, so a little bit more disruptive, but not totally out of the norm for us. This tends to happen with a little one.
Yep. She's just kind of experiencing life, and yep. So today we're going to talk about being intentional and about routines.
Yes. Yeah. I think throughout our life, and kind of at the beginning of our relationship, Eric and I were very much kind of the opposite of routine people. We both tend to be more on the creative side and trying to open ourselves up for different opportunities, not wanting to be tied down to something. But in a lot of respects, routine can be hugely beneficial for holding a job, for keeping mental peace and clarity. And so we're just going to talk a little bit about what it means to establish some roots during a time like this.
Yeah. So, kind of just making sure that you don't sleep in super late can sometimes be helpful, or try to at least attempt to get to bed at a certain time. That can be really helpful to kind of stabilize just your biology and your rhythms. And I always thought about it in college, a lot of those folks who, early to bed, early to rise folks were just a little chipper. And I mean, you kind of need that chipperness once you get past 30. So
yeah. Well, yeah, we by nature are both night owls, and we're totally happy staying up late, working on different projects. But parenthood has really kind of pushed a lot of that out of us. But yeah, just having that maintenance and being attuned to a circadian rhythm is very beneficial. Yeah, we found that to be really helpful, and even being intentional. And I have not been doing this quite as much as I would like to, but I think Ori tends to get a little bit restless at certain points during the day, and so I'm trying to come up with different age-appropriate art projects that we can be doing. Even if we want to throw in a dance party, or just kind of have different, stirring things up, but still kind of creating a sense of normalness, kind of centering around what we should be doing to begin with.
Yes. That really, the normality is maybe a key piece of it. But I think right now in this quarantine, especially for those who might be working from home, and just kind of like, you have certain tasks that you might need to do. My job, I need to be on at certain hours, but I can imagine other people might have just sort of tasks that need to be done, and you could really go with whatever schedule that you want. And I would just kind of say, my advice, take it or leave it, would be to try to stay to a schedule and try to keep with that. So
yeah, and it gives you things to look forward to. If you have 3 square meals a day, then you can bank on those breakups to your day. And we're lucky in that we have a bit of established sense of what we're doing. But there are people that do not have that. If your job has been on the line, or your hours cut, or completely squashed altogether, um, having that is going to kind of keep you out of a mental fog and kind of keep you in balance as much as possible, as much as what's in your control. But um, yeah, it's just very easy to kind of succumb to, you know, lying on your couch and just kind of taking in all the elements without really being conscious of that.
Right.
And then that just makes you feel bad.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
So the last thing I would just mention is, again, trying to be intentional with communication during this time. So I know, like last night, I called my grandpa. Make sure to call somebody, once or twice a day, or get some sort of good communication in with a few different people.
Yeah.
I think that can go a long ways for getting through this quarantine more or less intact.
Yeah, it's really, I mean, those are really good things to have, and they're kind of surprising. I've gotten a couple phone calls from people that were just checking in, and, calling my mom and just kind of talking about this and that it's really helpful. It kind of, yeah, I think, yeah, we all have something to talk about, so it's just really good to kind of just check in and make sure that people are doing okay, especially as the days drag on.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Have a good one. We'll
Yes.
see you on Quarantine Day 4.
Bye bye.